my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks. I'm the Flip Flop Chef, and today I'm going to share Pampered Chef's Brilliance cookware with you. I am going to use some notes today to make sure that I don't miss out on any of the great features about this cookware because it truly is phenomenal. So if you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and tap the bell so that you're notified anytime that I share new content, and also go to theflipflopchef.com and click the button at the top so you can join my recipe community where you'll have access to thousands of recipes and a weekly giveaway. So let's go ahead and get started. So think about the cookware that you have in your kitchen right now and think about what you like about it, what you don't like about it, if there are pieces that you have or pieces that you need to replace, and maybe things that you wish that you had. And Pampered Chef's Brilliance cookware is probably going to check every box for what you're looking for. So I want to first start out by saying that I'm so excited about this. My number one reason I'm excited is that it will work on induction cooktops. It will actually work on all cooktops. So if you have an electric stovetop, if you have a ceramic flat top electric stovetop, a gas stovetop, or induction, you're going to be able to use this cookware. So my stovetop in my kitchen is induction, and so I've been really limited to what cookware I can use on my stove. And I love cooking in induction. That was something that just really blew me away. I thought I was going to hate it. And a couple of close friends said, whatever you do, do not get rid of that stovetop. And I'm so glad that I listened to them and I am in love with it. So I want to talk to you about our cookware. So the first thing that I want you to know is that all of our pieces of cookware, not just the Brilliance line, but our traditional cookware with the removable handles and our nonstick stainless cookware, they're all going to be available open stock, and that's something that you guys have asked for. But this particular line of cookware has eight layered construction, and so I'm going to use a cheat sheet here so that I can tell you about all 8 of these layers, because I'm afraid that I would not remember them all, and so I'm just going to go through them one by one. So there is a stainless cap in here, which gives you the ability to use these on the induction cookware. So if you're not or cooktop, if you're not familiar with induction, don't worry about that. But if you have induction, then you're going to understand, and that's going to be important to you. There's an aluminum disc. There's also an aluminum core. There is an exterior top coat, an exterior primer coat, exterior hard anodized layer. There is an interior hard anodized layer, an interior primer coat, an interior mid coat, and an interior top coat. So those are the 8 layers. So these pieces of cookware were designed so that they heat quickly and evenly so that you're going to get great results every single time. And I am going to use my notes here. So the 3-layer coating is what lets you cook with less fat and oil, because nothing is going to stick inside the pan or outside of the pan, and they clean up like a dream. And like I mentioned before, you can use them on all stovetops. And the stainless steel cap on the bottom is what I mentioned a few minutes ago. That means you can use it on any stovetop, including induction. These are dishwasher safe, and they are so easy to clean. These have a 10-year guarantee, so it's made to last, and you can cook with confidence with these. These pieces of cookware are heat safe to 480 degrees. And the tempered glass lids are heat safe to 400. So what that means is you can use this in the oven up to 400 degrees with the lids, 480 without the lids. So I'm going to tell you about all the different sizes. The only one that I don't have in front of me today is the 8.5-inch nonstick fry pan, because I gave it away as a gift. And but it looks just like this one, and we're going to talk about this cheese in a few minutes. This is the 10-inch nonstick fry pan. So we have an 8.5-inch that you're not seeing today. You can just use your imagination. It's a little bit smaller than this one. The 10-inch nonstick fry pan, they do have the flared edges, so easy food removal if you're pouring. We have the 2-quart nonstick saucepan. So this one has a lid and it has straining holes, and I love this because the cookware that I bought that was not Pampered Chef that I've been using on my induction stovetop has this feature. Let me show you. So I'm going to zoom in because this is good stuff here. So this has, hopefully you guys can see, it has straining holes. One side has wider holes and one side has more narrow, smaller holes. And these have pour spouts on both sides. So whether you are right-handed or left-handed, so let me give you guys a little bit wider view, you're going to be able to pour easily with these flared pour spouts. So this one here is the 2-quart saucepan with the lid so that you can easily strain And it's perfect for like pasta. That's what I use mine the most for when I am using the other brand that I have. So that is the 2 quart. The next one is our 4 quart, and it's very similar. It's just a larger size, has the same features where you have those straining holes so that you can drain off liquid that you don't need. The next size that we have is going to be our 5 quart saute pan, and this one includes this glass lid. I love this as well. It doesn't have the straining holes because for something on a larger skillet like this, you're not really going to be straining things off with this. And so these do not have those straining holes, but this one is the 5 quart. It's 11-inch diameter, and this is great for like large chicken breasts. You can make one-pot meals for your whole family, and I recommend that you get these silicone. These are helper handles here, or this is the helper handle, but these are our oven, our trivets, not trivets, you guys, I can't think of the words I'm looking for. These are silicone handles, excuse me, so that you can touch these when they are hot. So do you remember earlier where I mentioned that these can go in the oven? So if you're putting this pan in and out of the oven, these handles are gonna be completely hot, just like the rest of the pan, and so you're gonna wanna use these little silicone handles to take this in and out of the oven. Now, if you are cooking on a gas stovetop, these are going to get hotter faster than on other cooktops. So on my stovetop, I've been using these for about 2 weeks now, and the handles get a little bit warm, but they don't get too hot to the touch when I'm using this on my induction. However, when you're cooking on a direct flame, these handles are going to get hotter faster, and so you're going to want to make sure that you have something to grip them with and hold on to them so that you're protecting your hands, okay? The next size that we have is our 8 quart stock pot. So if you like making soups, stews, chilies, anything that you're going to need this really, really deep pot for, you're going to really love having this. And it also has the glass lid and this beautiful non-stick coating on the inside. Now, I didn't mention this earlier, but this cookware is PFOA free, and so you have that confidence when you're cooking for your family that you're using something that is safe to cook on. Now, we already talked about the 8-layer construction, so what I want to talk to you about now is what cooking tools you should use on them. So I wouldn't recommend using metal on these, but you can use any of our silicone scrapers. You can use nylon tools on here. I recommend these nylon and silicone tools. These are fantastic. We launched these over the summer 2022, and these have become my go-to for any cookware that I'm cooking in, and also use them in my quick cooker and for serving. It's just amazing. So you're gonna love those. Well, let's talk about this cookware just a little bit. I'm gonna grab a few pieces of ice, and I'm gonna put them in this smaller pan. So hang tight, let me grab a few pieces of ice. All right. Now, if you've attended any of my Pampered Chef parties over the last 23 years in person where I was using cookware, then you're probably familiar with this trick or this little demo that I have shared. I've shared this hundreds of times, and it really is a very cool demonstration to show you how well these pans conduct heat and they distribute the heat evenly throughout the pan. Now, obviously, you're watching this online today, and so you can't actually put your hands on this cookware, but already this ice is already melting. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna just pour it out in just a second. But the ice is, I'm gonna pull this up so you can kind of see that dripping. What's happening here is the pan, this is great for defrosting frozen food. So if you have food that needs to be defrosted and you forgot to take it out of the freezer, grab this large skillet, take the lid off, and put your frozen meat in there and just leave it sitting on the countertop. To go a little faster, you can elevate it and put it on a cooling rack so that that airflow goes around the pan and it's not just sitting directly on your countertop. It'll defrost even faster doing it that way. But if you were here in my house, what I would do is I would pass this pan around the room so that you could put your hands on it to feel how the cold has reached already almost the entire pan. Like even this flared rim is now cold just from the ice that's in the bottom, and this ice is melting pretty quickly. I'm just gonna let this sit in here, and then I'm gonna show you pouring it out. And obviously this pan was not hot because I've been handling it with my bare hands, but this just shows that even distribution of the heat. So the reason that's important is you're not going to get hot spots in your pan when you're cooking on your stovetop. And if you have a stovetop that maybe is a really old one, or it has an issue where only part of the heating element heats up, typically you're going to find even heating in our cookware, even if you have an issue with one of the burners on your stove. And so this pan, I wanted to show you this example because how many of you have ever burned something in a pan and just really struggled to get the food off of the pan and to clean the pan afterwards? So you know the little American slices of cheese, what is the word? American cheddar? I don't know why, just American cheese. It sounded like I was missing a word there. But you know the American cheese slices that you buy that come in the little plastic wrap? Those burn super, super easy and super fast, and in most cookware, you would need a chisel to get it off. So I put this on my stovetop this morning and just threw in this piece of cheese, and look at this. You can see how it just cooked it, and now this has had time to sit and it is cooled off, but I didn't have to scrub this off the pan. If I had to, it would not be in this one piece that it is in, that I put it the same as I put it in the pan. So I just put it in there long enough so that normally if I was cooking in a just an everyday pan, that it would just burn and it would stick. So this was all bubbly and it didn't stick at all. And so that is showing how amazingly non-stick this cookware actually is. I'm going to set my little cheese slice over here, and I'm going to show you, I'm just going to pour from this pan into the other pan so that you can see. So I'll just pour from the slower side, but look at these, look how much water has come from this pan. I should have put some ice in a glass dish so that you could compare the two, but I forgot to do that. And inside here, this is all that we have left of this ice. So if I had some just sitting in a glass container, it would probably not have any drops at all. But this one has melted probably 50% of the ice that we started with. And this pan is cold, and even the handle is starting to feel a little bit cold right here at the base. And so this just shows that even heat distribution. So I have used these for like 2 weeks, and I have been amazed by how literally nothing sticks, not just to the inside, but the outside too. So how many times have you ever made something and let me dry this off so I'm not dripping all over the place. But how many times have you made a recipe and when you pour it out, it dribbles and runs down the side of the pan? Well, if that happens, then you're gonna have sticking food on the outside of your pans too. But this nonstick coating is on both the inside and the outside, so that nothing is gonna stick to either side. And they are just like, I mean, when I'm cooking in these, I just am blown away by how literally you can see how the liquid just glides on the pan, nothing sticks to it. And so because of that, cleanup is a breeze. You can put them in the dishwasher like I mentioned earlier, but honestly, I don't even feel like you're gonna need to take up the space in your dishwasher with this cookware, because you can just wipe it clean. It is so easy to clean. So if you're interested in new cookware pieces, the Brilliance line of cookware is such a great alternative to the other things that are on the market today. This is also a great set for a newlywed or somebody who's just starting out. We have other lines of cookware that have lifetime guarantees, but those have different features as well, and the price point is higher. So our non-stick stainless cookware is my favorite cookware to use, and I can use it on my induction stovetop, but it only has a few sizes. We don't have stock pots and saucepans. We don't have those in that particular line. So I am thrilled. I'm going to be using these as my everyday cookware. We also have a non-stick cookware line that has removable handles. That cookware line has a lifetime guarantee, but the Brilliance cookware is such a great option. So definitely compare all of our cookware when you make your selections. But if you have any questions about anything that I've shared with you today, just let me know. This ice is, I'm gonna pour it, and just so you can see, there's one little teeny tiny piece of ice in here, and that's what you guys heard kind of fall in the pan. But if you have any questions about this cookware or any of the lines of cookware from Pampered Chef, I would love the opportunity to help you. And don't forget to go to theflipflopchef.com and join my recipe community so that you can be included in the giveaways that I have there every single Friday. So that's all I have for you today, but I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.